Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining the reading circle that we have going on here. Today, we're actually going to do a different style of a reading circle. Today, I'm going to read you, excuse me, a story of kindness. It's called Kindness is My Superpower. I'm sure some of you have seen this in our library already. And while I am reading to you, I'm going to actually model a certain kind of strategy called think aloud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually say what I'm thinking as I'm reading the story. So this is actually my first time reading through the book personally. I've glanced at it briefly, but I don't fully know what the story's about. So what I want you to keep in mind is these are my thoughts when I'm reading it, and you might have different ones. I want you to listen to what I'm thinking about, but also try to have in mind your own thoughts. That's a little bit tricky, but I think you guys are ready for it. So I'm going to start with the title, because we always begin reading our title. Kindness is My Superpower by Alicia Ortego. What I'm thinking is that this book is probably about kindness, and I am wondering, I'm making an inference, which is a prediction, that perhaps the story will be about this boy right here on the cover. Let's see. I'm Lucas, just an ordinary boy, and this is Teddy, my favorite toy. I like to eat sweets, jellies, and cakes, but sometimes I make some mistakes. Well, I'm noticing a few things. The last letter of each line is blended. So boy, toy, cakes, and mistakes. This tells me that the author maybe wanted me to notice something about it. I also notice a connection to myself. And that's actually the main thing that I'm going to be showing you, is how to make connections to yourself when you're reading a story. So I'm noticing a connection to myself. Lucas has a favorite toy. And guess what? I also do. You guys know all about Dazzle. That's my teddy bear from whenever I was younger. So I definitely relate to Lucas having a favorite toy. And I also like to eat sweets and jellies and cakes. I mean, who doesn't? Cakes are my absolute favorite. But I also sometimes make mistakes. I'm so far relating to him, to Lucas. Does anyone else relate? Yeah, I see a bunch of you do. You see, yesterday I was in a very bad mood. So sadly, I did something extremely rude. I teased my friend Lisa for wearing glasses. I made her cry for the rest of her classes. That is a mistake. I wonder what Lucas was feeling. But all that does is tell us that he was in a very bad mood. I wonder what happened that led him to that point. But I do relate to that. I've definitely had times where I personally felt frustrated and maybe reacted in a way that I shouldn't have. When I got home, I was greeted by my mom. I was sad to see her face looking aglum. Honey, you made your friend Lisa cry. Hurting people's feelings is wrong. Do you know why? Well, I might not know what glum means, but I can also look at the rest of the page and try to figure it out. I would assume that glum is not a good thing because Lucas said he was sad when he saw his mom's face looking glum. It might be a good word to look up in the dictionary. So I'm going to make a squiggly line underneath the word glum and make sure I look it up later. You should always be kind, my dear mother said. I knew I'd done wrong, so I bowed my head. What does it mean to be kind? I implored. Mom hugged me tightly. When she did, my heart soared. Kindness is shown when you say a gentle word. Be kind to your sister and even a bird. You can be kind to someone who makes you mad. You can be kind to someone who is feeling sad. I wonder if Lucas is realizing that maybe he can be kind to somebody even when he's feeling mad or sad. But I can tell that Lucas is feeling bad about what he did because he said that he bowed his head down. But also, I would think that Lucas probably would feel bad because he's a good kid and he wants to do something a little bit kind. Be kind and respect those who are older than you. Show respect and kindness to younger ones too. Kindness is shown helping someone in need. And kindness is shown when you do a good deed. That's right. Kindness is shown when you do a good deed, when you do something nice for others. Also, I can totally relate to that. I know lots of times where people in our classroom have done kind things. I pondered her words and couldn't sleep all night. I wanted to be kind and genuinely polite. So right then and there, without any warning, I decided to become very kind in the morning. All right, so I'm going to pause here and talk for a bit. What Lucas went through in this story at this point is a dynamic shift. Dynamic means a change that is happening as you're reading the story. He's going through a big shift. At the beginning of the story, Lucas was feeling kind of hurt. I can relate to that. Can anyone else relate to that? Thumbs up if you felt hurt before. Thumbs up, everybody, if you've ever felt hurt before. Now, this isn't such a good thing, so don't thumbs up if you've done this, but I've totally done this. Thumbs up if you've maybe hurt somebody else because you were feeling bad. Yeah. Sounds like the conversation with Lucas' mom went really well. So remember, we talked about how to give someone else rebuke. Yeah, we don't ever want to do it in such like a harsh way. And it sounds like his mom was very gentle. Look how gentle Lucas's mom is with him. And she asked him, "Do you know why?" And she sat with him and spent time with him right here. And there was one key thing that the author said. And the author said, "Mom hugged me tightly. When she did, my heart soared." Now, my friends, I'm thinking that that's an important part of teaching somebody something, of showing them kindness and love.